Hello, Facebook friends. This is Stella Scott. And I am so uncomfortable this time. This is What's Your Question? I do this every Thursday where I get something from someone or somewhere online, and then I respond to that in one way or the other. And what came to me this week, was that I should talk more about me and how I'm different. And I want to thank Maria for coming up with this, because I am so uncomfortable with this. It's unbelievable. I could hardly prepare or anything. I've been like avoiding the whole thing. And one of the reasons I have been avoiding it is because I have always been different, and I've always tried to fit in. Talking about like issues that are like on the outside or the other side, or like addressing something that is sort of up there, is so much easier than talking about something that I have tried all of my life to avoid. Even though when I went on Facebook, I don't know, 10 years ago or something. That you're supposed to have like a description. Tell people something about you, and I wrote different. That will do. It's still there. I never saw any reason to change it. But still, I always try to fit in, because being different is scary for the person who is, and also for other people. You provoke people when you're different. People want you to be the same as them, or as the rest. The group, the herd, easily turn their back towards you, or you get bullied, or things of that uncomfortable nature. This is hard. Gosh. Yeah. So I'm here to talk about how I'm different as a coach, and what I bring to the table that other coaches don't. Where do I start? Yeah, let's go in this direction. You can't play it safe. I have been working as a therapist for about 30 years. I'm a Gestalt therapist at my base. That's how I started out. And then when I was teaching at the Royal College of Music, I realized I cannot do therapy here. So I created something that I call the scenic interpretation from a Gestalt therapeutic point of view, to have that viewpoint and the approach to what you do on stage, but not as therapy, but something that I years later realized was coaching. So I created my own coaching. This was before coaching existed. Or of course it existed, but it was not a term that was used constantly. And now everybody talks about being coach and coaching and all that. And there are tons of coaches out there. So I don't have the formal education of being a coach, but I do have the experience of working with people. And in that, while working with people, I also what they were talking about at the Gestalt education is that, or the training of it's like 4 years, is that the client can never get further than the therapist or the coach or the whatever. You always have to be ahead. I've been teaching singing and what you do on stage, and I always have to be ahead. I've been teaching dance. I have to be ahead of my students, otherwise I have nothing to teach them. I can't be on the same level. I got to be ahead, which means I constantly have to move forward and be ahead of whomever I'm going to inspire or teach, or as I say today, guide. I consider myself a guide today. I guide people in their lives further on. And the big difference with me compared to other coaches is that I will never play it safe. I will always move out of my comfort zone with the client. Many times when we're like in really like risky waters, I, so to speak, don't know what to do or where to go. I have to risk And if you really want to move forward, this is touching. If you really want to move forward, you have to be with somebody who wants to risk with you, who wants to be vulnerable with you, who is ready to sink with you. And I have been there many, many times. But I've never left a client in that position. I have always been that much ahead that I have been able to take this person by the hand or on my back and like swim this person through the cold water. Sometimes they say, "Where's the shore?" But I'm swimming. I'm gonna do this, and it has always worked. But you have to have that courage with yourself. You have to have that reliance on yourself. Know that you can do this, even though you have, so to speak, no idea of what you're going to do. I don't know how many times I've had to say, like, okay, I need help. Where are we going? And I always get it. Every single time. I always get it. So if you have big things, big issues with you, and if you're at a place where we always get stuck in, like, let's say you have your business or you like a singing career or something, and you're like stuck in that, then you have to move further, because in my experience, it's not really about, your technique. You get to a certain point. That's what happened with me. I got to a certain point with my voice, and I felt like it's not happening. What's wrong? And instead of going to have like more singing lessons, I continued with that. But I also started to dig into myself and see what's going on here. What else is stopping me from reaching this kind of timbre, this kind of light or brightness in my voice, or this kind of tone, so I could like move further on. So also when you work, you have to work on in different directions. It's not enough to just have a technique or knowing, how to write your copy. You have to go further, to dare to be different. And this is also what has happened with me lately. Since this fall, I have been really like, I can't do this anymore in the way that people say you're supposed to do it. I can't do the marketing the way you're supposed to do it. I can't do the copywriting the way you're supposed to do it. I have training. I have been a trainer as an online marketer. But I cannot do it anymore because I'm moving on. I'm challenging my comfort zone constantly. And I'm sitting here feeling like, and I'm grateful that I'm doing it because it's scary. I have no idea who's going to watch this. I have no idea what the response will be. Of course, because you never know. Because every second of your life, you have no idea what's going to happen next. Ever. You wake up in the morning and you think you have a plan. And seriously, you're lucky if you're alive when the evening comes. And right now in my life, I feel like I'm at a point where I go to bed at one person, and when I wake up in the morning, I am someone else. Yeah. And that is in a way scary too, and it's a lot of risk-taking. So this is one of the things that is different with me. I have also now moved into, I want to work with your body, with your physical presence here on the planet, because this is the only reason you're here. You have a physical body. That is what has planted you on this earth, nothing else. And someone else pointed this out to me before that I was working with, and she said, wait, could you just stop there and say that again? And I said it again. Your physical body is the only reason you're here. And her head started to spin. I said, I have never, ever even considered that. So that is one of the ways that I present what I do differently and where I am different. Your body is your spiritual vehicle. If you don't have a body, you would not be here. You could not have physical experiences like, going to the gym, having orgasms, eating food, patting your cat, nothing could be done. But you could also not, meditate, do yoga, have spiritual exercises. Nothing could be done if you're not here. So where I'm at right now, why I'm waking up as a different person and I have no idea who I'm going to greet in the morning, is because I also think we need to move further on. I came out in one of these as a mystic. I'm not the kind of mystic that read all the scriptures and all that, because those are all based in male thinking. And if we're going to move into the feminine, we have to be in the feminine. No matter what gender you belong to, or feel identified with, or if you're like moving between gender identifications, fine. It's your body, you decide. But this is the body you have, this is where you're at. And with that, we now need to move further on, relying on the old scriptures and the old teachings and all that, no matter where we go. If we're talking about I Ching, or if we talk about Christianity, or any of like the old saints and everything, the Buddha and all of those, it's all male-centric. It's all based on the male thinking. The yin yang, which I think, I do not believe in duality anymore. It's many years that I left that. Duality is not real. It's a construct, and it's a construct made by men. So all of these things, I'm really moving into a new kind of how to be womanly. I don't believe in feminine and masculine. I think we're everything at the same time, everybody. We talk about feminine and masculine, but they are like a kind of duality that is so hooked into old thinking that as soon as you hear the word feminine, you get ideas about what that is. It's like, no, I look very feminine, right? Here you have, I have my earrings and my hair and my lipstick and all that. It's like some kind of feminine idea. But is it really? What is it even? We don't even know. So all these ways of thinking is ways that I am different. And I want to help the world expand. I'm super close to tears now. I don't know why really, but I think this is the way that if we want to, this is how we save the planet. Not the planet in itself. Mother Earth is doing fine without us. But if we want to save the species, we have to move out of where we're at, way out, beyond comfort zone, big time, into something completely different. You have to dare to be different. Not only me, you have to dare to be different. And I think the best way, I really do, to be different is to be with someone else who is different, who dares to be different, who's sitting here right now crying. Because I'm different. And you are too. I'm convinced that you are too. And that you have to be in your difference fully and embody it with your body. Embody it with your body, so you spiritually, with your breath, with your breathing, with your expressions, can go out and be that difference. Meet people with your difference. Act different, say different, think different. Because you are. I think we all are. There are no cookie cutters. People just try to be. Yeah. Yeah, it's just, it's so difficult to do this online, live. Yeah, it is. It's super challenging for me right now. So another thing I want to say about this, about this being different thing, is that how scary no matter how scary it is, whatever is happening, I am not afraid of your stuff. I have worked mainly with people that have been, as a therapist, when I started out, yes, right away, that was my first client. They gravitated towards me for a reason. People that had been severely abused sexually, incest, sexual abuse, also physical abuse, a lot of people with addictions, all kinds of heavy addictions, drugs, eating, vomiting, alcohol, behavioral, heavy addictions. And for a long time, I didn't understand what it was that made them come to me, because I don't have that history myself. But I was not afraid. I would believe people. I would allow people to be exactly where they were with their story, and I would wait for them. And I would guide them through their stuff. So we would both come out on the other side together. It was amazing. It was the making of people. It was art. They were so courageous, so brave. And it took a long time, many times. But it worked. And I know today that it worked because I wasn't afraid of people's stuff. That I had the courage to not know. I had the courage to be willing to go out of my own comfort zones. To be willing to have no idea. To be in the unknowing. Or should I say, be in my unknowledging. I have a lot of knowledge. Studying gives you knowledge, but it doesn't give you knowing. And what I realized while I was doing this work, and what I have been going through the years, is that I know stuff, which is another world. It's another universe. Knowing is something completely different than knowledge. Knowledge, you can read yourself to knowledge. You have things in your brain, stacked, this and this and this and this and this. Hello, Laura. But knowing is something else. Knowledge you have here, knowing you have in other parts of you. And I've said before in my, in these, what's your question, is you had to move down from your brain into your body and allow your body to know. And in my body, I have the capacity, it's one of my superpowers, to know where other people are, to feel where other people are. Sometimes, frequently, I know way before other people know about themselves, years before other people know about themselves. And sometimes I just have to hold that for that person. I have to hold that until they are ready to know for themselves. Because you are the one who knows for you. I cannot know for you. You are the one who knows for you. And every time you say, I don't know, you actually do. Because you are the only one who really knows about you. But I know that it is easier to get to that point where you know for yourself when you are with somebody who knows and not only have knowledge. Because with knowledge you get into your intellect, and when you're in your intellect, you're in your brain, and you have to move down and dare to be different with the way you know things. And trust this. Trust this part, the body. I'm back at the body again. Because the body has ultimate wisdom, ultimate knowledge. And when you can let go of this, which is it's wonderful. I mean, to be able to use this, it's fantastic. You want to use it. But you want to use it the opposite way around. I don't know how many times in my life I have said, we have to connect these two because there is a cut here now. We have to connect these two. People are working from here, and we got to go here and work here from your heart. Because love is not an emotion. Love is not something romantic. Love is not a feeling. Love is a state. A state not only of being, it's a state, period. Whew. Yeah, as said before, I feel nauseous doing this today. Yeah, I have been talking now for about 20 minutes in a way that I have never exposed myself before.
how I see things, how I work, what I think is like, what we need, where we need to go to change the planet. And I think there is no other way. We have to go in this direction. And I think you need to go with somebody who is going in this direction. I'm not the only one, but I have to admit, we are very few. Very few. I have heard it so many times from other people through all of my life, ever since I was a child. I've never heard anyone say that before. That was something completely new to me. I recently, the other week, wrote a posted a blog post about intimacy. And someone who I respect a lot, who reads a lot, who thinks and takes risks a lot, told me, I've never seen it expressed that way before. So and I decided to really take that in and say, okay, so I say things and I do things. And I have to like accept myself as someone who is saying things, expressing things in ways other people don't. Yeah, that was also scary to say. I can't believe I'm doing this. I can't believe I'm doing this. Whew! Yeah, I am. I just did. I think I'm going to stop right now. I have a lot to say. I still have a lot to say. If you have questions to me about this or something else, please post them below. Write to me personally. If you are interested in working with me, and I think after a chat that we are a good match, I will swim you to the shore. I know I will. It's gonna be scary. Personal development, spiritual development is scary shit. I know, I've been there. I'm still going through it. I always will, because you can never reach your full potential. It's not possible. It's a ginormous myth. You just can't. And it's exhilarating too. Okay, I'm gonna finish for today. Contact me thank you, Laura, so much. If you want to take these risks, contact me, because I know this. I know. I came here to do this. That's why I'm here, on this planet, Earth. I'm wishing you a glorious continuation of your day, a lovely weekend, and I hope to see you next week here at The Energized Me. My name is Stella Scott, and this was scary. Bye for now.